Oops. Yan po. So, again, good evening everybody. And hindi tayo March 16. Today is March 23. But our series is Marching Onward in Discipleship. And we talked the previous Thursdays about marching against the devil, against death. And here I'd like to talk about marching against Babylon. So ano po yung Babylon, no? So I want to get that particularly from Daniel 3:13 to 18. At isang, in a sense, also very known, but allow me to read it here, no? Yung passage from chapter 3. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in furious rage, commanded that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego be brought. So they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar answered and said to them, "Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden image that I have set up? Now, if you are ready, when you hear the sound of the horn, pipe, lyre, trigon, harp, bagpipe, and every kind of music, to fall down and worship the image that I have made, well and good. But if you do not worship, you shall immediately be cast into a burning fiery furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you out of my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If this be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up." So that is the passage. And question for reflection, tayo ba ay nakatira sa Babylon? So ano nga ba yung Babylon? So in a sense, if you take a look, no, may times na tayo ay living in Bethlehem, where things are favorable for Christians. But the question is, sometimes I think na papunta tayo sa Babylon kung saan talagang secular ang mundo, kung saan tayo nakiki-navigate. And that is true sa lives ng mga Jews na ito na exile doon sa foreign land. No? And I think this message in particular will, be of more use doon sa hindi pastors tulad sa amin ni pastoran but those working in environments na talagang almost anti-Christian, no? So like those in the call centers or maybe the business world, or possibly like Ate Marivic or Bonek in foreign countries, no? So yung idea ng Babylon is a place kung saan yung Christian o yung behavior na Christ-like is treated kung hindi man masama yung tingin, minsan outward hatred pa. And you see this in the context that we just read, no? So although these Jews were, in a sense, binigyan sila ng authority, parang may statements against sa kanila, and hindi nga sila nagsaserve doon sa, in this case, it was actually a worship, no? Hindi sila nagwo-worship doon sa current na practice. And of course, that was because that would violate principles from the Bible. So, yeah, that's a question for us, no? Ang nakikita ba natin sa surroundings natin, is it more like Bethlehem or more like Babylon? Okay? Because I really think na kung hindi man tayo Babylon yung setup, papunta tayo doon, with all these things happening around us. I don't know where the Sogi bill is heading. No, I haven't really followed it that close, but I know there have been many concerns among Christians on what would be the setup if that bill was passed. And it's not only that, the slide into different things ng ating society, and there's a lot to be discussed there, no? And we can even say na in Babylon, we are often asked to go against our biblical principles, no? Hindi lang outright hatred, but like in this situation sa king, binigyan pa sila ng chance talaga, no? Doon sa harap ng maraming tao, no? Totoo bang hindi kayo nag-worship? Okay? Kasi kung hindi, may chance pa kayong mag-worship. Okay? Para okay naman, mapatawad kayo, no? And sometimes it's like that. There are situations in our day-to-day life kung saan tayo ay being asked again and again to compromise doon sa paniniwala natin, sa ating faith, and even the biblical principles that we have, no? So maybe a good question here para sa atin is, how do we march against such, no? Lalo na ay we are Christians, we are saved by Christ, and we follow Him. So what are the things that we can do to march against Babylon at this time? So siguro ang pinakauna siguro is be prepared for the king's questions, no? In fact, they already knew this, si Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, pero ready lang tayo kasi maybe sooner rather than later, tayo po ay mag-undergo ng question that will, in a sense, test our faith, no? Or baka sabihin na lang natin, be prepared for the immigration question. So, alam niyo naman yung mga balita ngayon about sa immigration, kung saan may mga pasahero na hindi nakasakay kasi kailangan nila i-present yung kanilang yearbook. Okay, so hindi naman siya no, but kung kayo ay lalabas, baka ganun yung mga questions. Pero I remember particularly, and I heard this just this time, if you know Pastor Brady, he used to be the superintendent, general superintendent, general secretary ng BCP natin. And is very popular for one reason, no? Ito yung pagpunta niya ng US, and then he was questioned there, and because of that question, hindi siya nakapunta sa hindi pinauwi siya, no? And I heard from I've always heard this story na dahil ang sagot daw niya nung tinanong siya, "Pastor, are you receiving honorarium?" Ang sagot daw niya sa time na iyon is yes, and doon daw na ano. Pero hearing the backstory kay William Taghap, Pastor William Taghap, we met him this Tuesday last sa Cebu. Sabi niya, he was the one who was gonna pick up Pastor Brady. And nagulat siya. Naging 9 o'clock, naging 11, tapos hindi na dumating. No? And hearing from him, the question to the consul, because this was the second time he was coming back, was, did you be in the church and did you speak? And after you spoke, did you receive an offering? Now, did you receive some money? So ganun, no? So in a sense, that was already, hindi natin alam kung pinagtripan siya ng consul, no? But in a sense, he in a way knew that he could have lied, or he could have said no, but he would be compromising what he knew to be the truth, no? And so he said yes, and he was told na that is a violation, and he was not allowed to return to US Oil. In fact, he was given 10 years para sa magsabi ng yes na iyon, no? So hindi man tayo maging ganon, pero again, think about what are the things na we can possibly encounter, and we would also be tempted regarding our faith, no, sa ating Panginoon. But again, just be ready, no? Ang sabi nga ng 2 Timothy 3:12, indeed, all who desire to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted, while evil people and impostors will go on from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. Okay, so ready lang tayo, no? The other thing to know about this is we must understand that God's social security system is better than this world's. Okay? And again, this is how we can march against Babylon, no? Ang statement ni Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was, we have no need to answer you in this matter. First name basis pa sila sa king, no? If this be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king, no? So galit na galit si Nebuchadnezzar. But we have to understand the might and power of our God. And I hope you've seen that time and time again, how He proves na, when we trust in Him, when we believe in Him, when our trust is not in the systems of this world, but in God's social security system, you can just see the results, no? He is faithful to those who are faithful sa Kanya. So if we've never, gone that route, why not try? Why not try Him, no? In fact, ito po yung, and we know this story. This is what happened. Galit na galit yung hari, and he ordered that the furnace be heated and heated, na pati yung mga tao na nagpupush kay Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they actually got killed, no, sa kainit ng sa heat ng flame, no? And sometimes it's like that. You see the systems of this world, they are set up that people suffer and die, okay? And but again, we see here, and this is in fact one of the sayings na, one of the instances na baka si Jesus ay nasa Old Testament, no? Sabi nagulat si Nebuchadnezzar, and he said, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire? True, O king." He answered, "But I see 4 men unbound, walking in the midst of the fire. They are not hurt. The appearance of the fourth is like a son of the gods," no? And they attributed that to an angel. But again, it was an amazing thing, a miraculous thing na nangyari. And many times, ang Panginoon will deliver His children again and again from the clutches of the enemy, and even from what's happening around the world. So we can trust in that, no? Lagay lang ng however, no? It's not always na nangyayari iyon, and we have to be realistic about that. In fact, this is stated in Hebrews, which is in chapter 11. May nakalist po doon na what do you call this? The whole of faith, no? But when you go back to chapter or verses 35 to 40, ito yung nakasulat. Women received back their dead by resurrection. Some were tortured, refusing to accept release so that they might rise again to a better life. Others suffered mocking and flogging, and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn in two, they were killed with a sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated, of whom the world was not worthy, wandering about in deserts and mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. And all this, though commended through their faith, did not receive what was promised, since God had provided something better for us, that apart from us, they should not be made perfect. No? So, in other words, when we are marching against Babylon, sometimes we have also to be prepared na magkaroon ng consequences talaga yung ating actions. And again, even Romans says we are being killed all day long. And yet, ito yung one of the statements I like so much, and one of the verses, ito yung statement ni Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego sa king. When they said that, of course, a miracle happened, no? Pero yung statement nila is, even if a miracle does not happen, sabi nila, but if not, be it known to you, O king, that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up. No? But if not, no, kahit hindi mangyayari yung miracle na hinahanap namin, and yet we do not want to serve, no? And somehow I want this to be something that we can do when we march against Babylon. Sana ma-realize natin that the afterlife with Jesus is better than any, life insurance plan. Wala naman si Alex ngayon, no? Kasi Sun Life pa naman yun. Nandito si Carla. But again, that those are good, right? But really, what can any system in this world, what can any insurance plan, what can any retirement plan offer that is better than the offer of Jesus? none, no? All of this pales in comparison sa ino-offer ni Jesus. We should, in a sense, have the glimpse of that by now and realize that the afterlife with Jesus is better than any life insurance plan. And then we can say with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, no? Kahit na mangyari yan, wala kaming, we will not serve your gods. Okay? It is said that one of the martyrs sa time ng Romans, no, isa sa ating father figures in the, before the Roman Catholics came into power, was brought to the Colosseum and told to, renounce his faith in Jesus kasi kung hindi, ikaw ay i-feed namin sa lions. And he said, why would I renounce my faith in Jesus? He has only given me all the best things in life. Kayo naman yung nagpo-persecute sa akin. No? So, why would I even, renounce what I have in Jesus? And so, I hope you have seen the same is true, na His plan is always better than any plan that, this world could possibly give us. So, I pray and I hope that this has meaning for you this evening and for where we are. So, magandang gabi po sa lahat.